Guys, welcome back. This is episode 2. Today we're going to talk more about amplifiers. When we talk about amplifiers in reference to my system, we talk about power amplifiers. And of course, if you have larger than normal loudspeakers or large floor standard speakers, you also need a lot of power. So in my case, for these big Duntech loudspeakers, you need fairly high-powered amplifiers. The reason for that is not so much to play loud, but is to basically make sure that you can harness the capabilities of the loudspeaker. So it's very important that the power amplifier is capable of driving the Duntechs or the loudspeakers, especially a big floor standards like mine. So maybe I can just tell you what I had in the past. I auditioned quite a number of amplifiers in my system. One of them is the McIntosh mono box. These were 1.2 kilowatt mono blocks. Very good power amplifiers, fairly large in size physically, also in weight, and also in sound. One thing about these amplifiers that stood out above the others is that they never lose their composure, even if driven or demanded a lot of power from them. They just stay focused, the sounds stay natural and never stressed. So hats off to McIntosh on their big 1.2 kilowatt mono blocks. Of course, they've recently upgraded it with a 1.25 kilowatt mono blocks, but in essence, the design is very similar. It's what they call a quad balanced amplifier. The new one is also quad balanced amplifier. Large power, big physical amplifiers, but beautifully finished with the big needles, of course, the blue needles. Then in comparison, I've also listened to the big Mark Levinsons, the number 53s. Also a hugely capable power amplifier. And for the discerning audiophile, this is really the amplifier that I would recommend, is the big Mark Levinson 53s, number 53, also mono blocks. I think a lot of you guys will be aware of them. Then I've also listened to the Class A's mono blocks, the CAM 600s, also physically large in size, also a lot of power, I think up to 600 watt in 8 ohm, and they double that into 4 ohm. Also very capable amplifiers, but they are MOSFET in the output stage. One should remember that. For me, they were very good. They tend to favor some music above others. So if you audition them and they perform well in your system, then I think the CAM 600 is a quite value for money amplifiers. If you follow my trend, I spoke about amplifiers that cost quite a bit, and to mention the CAMs in the same company, I think is really also testimony of how well they perform. Then I also listened to IRA, the MXRs, also the mono blocks, very good amplifiers, very detailed, very fast. Then I had some ARC, Audio Research Corporation power amplifiers in my system, the Rev 210s, but these Rev 210s were upgraded with the bigger valves, and I think the ones that I had in my system was capable of around 250 watt per channel. Also good power amplifiers. I had a power amps shootout at my home, and I had various power amplifiers here. Luckily at the same time, I had the McIntoshes here. I had a big Krell 403 Evolution power amp here. I had the CAM 600s. And then I had Mark Levinson, but I had the Mark Levinson 432 here, the H version, 432H, and I also had the Mark Levinson 433H in my home, and it was a good amplifier shootout. So I listened to all of these amps, and for my home theater setup, I selected the 433H power amplifiers. Very good value for money, very good power amplifiers, and I still use one of those in my cinema setup. But of course in my stereo setup I have the Manley Shash VTLs, also capable of around 600 watt at 8 ohms and 4 ohms, because they are fixed, the output transistor at 5 ohms. Some of the amplifiers that I had in my system for reference purposes. And if you really are interested in more detail on these different amplifiers, I'm glad to share with you. I've got a lot of knowledge about these different power amplifiers, technical knowledge, the way that they sound, matching components, matching loudspeakers, all of these I could share with you. So guys, now please join me for a small clip please just remember it was meant to be a home video clip, so the video quality is not as good. I had great fun auditioning some of these power amplifiers. These ones that I show is the McIntosh mono blocks, the 1.2 kilowatt. At the same time, I had the 3-channel McIntosh in combination with him. So the 3-channel McIntosh drove the center channels and the 2 surrounds, and the 2 main mono blocks had an opportunity to drive the Duntechs. So yes, a bit of fun here, and just keep in mind that even at those fairly high volumes, I was able to capture the audio via my smartphone, and if you can judge it, the sound was still very much discernible, and no distortion, and there was also no clipping from the microphone inside the smartphone. So what this can tell you is that even at very high volumes, the loudspeakers could really still manage. And then, of course, the power amps just keep on delivering without sounding harsh or lose their composure. So yeah, guys, let's have a look at that video clip. So guys, yes, I hope you had as much fun as me watching that clip. I still remember it quite fondly. I think Teresa as well. And Teresa, yeah, I don't think it was too loud. We enjoyed it. The sonics were actually quite good. And most people that knows me actually knows that one of those cuts from the Eagle are one of my favorite cuts. So quite a good track if you want to judge your setup. I enjoyed it thoroughly. You guys will agree that the amplifier never loses its composure, and I don't think the loudspeakers actually complained, and we just enjoyed the music. And I must say, it really felt if we were at the concert venue. It was even better than at the actual venue. So yes, if you really want to go all the way, that McIntosh amplifiers will be one of your tickets, golden tickets taking you there. But again, Teresa, thanks so much. I know this time around you actually managed 2 cameras. I must say congratulations, it's very good. And I know you're really supporting me in all of these activities. Thanks so much. Guys, and that's us, the audio couple, signing off for our episode 2. And this was Power Amplification.